Hello, everyone, and welcome to Armstrong in the Loop podcast. I'm your host, Seth Prentice. And today, I'm honored to be joined by former Major League Baseball player and representative of Christian Sports International, Sid Bream. Sid, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Seth. Great being on with you. Sorry we couldn't be in person, bud.
Same here, but I know that you'll have an event coming up here on August 3rd, so hopefully we could be in person there. But before we get into that, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about this great organization, Christian Sports International. You guys are celebrating 30 years. Congratulations. And I want the listeners to learn more about CSI.
Very good. As you stated, Seth, this year is the 30th anniversary of Christian Sports International. And, over those 30 years, Christian Sports International has seen over 650,000 kids that they have promoted sports, whether it be baseball, basketball, tennis, soccer, numerous sports. Now they're into BMX racing, so on and so forth, where they're teaching these kids, getting them out of the house, getting them away from their phones and their computers, and they're teaching them the different sports, but at the same time, the overriding message of Christian Sports International is to direct them and help them to understand that Jesus loves them, that he cares for them, and that he has a plan for their lives, and for them to want to live their life for Jesus Christ. And so that is the overarching theme of Christian Sports International. But at the same time, we've also Christian Sports International is also branched off, and we're starting to meet with men. And we're starting to explore the areas where we as men are failing to live up to our standards as far as what God has put before us in our homes, in our work, in our communities, and that has been a wonderful thing as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. And, not too many organizations can provide what you are, everything from a youth end to the sports, BMX, which is, something unique, as I'm sure not many are offering that. And then your men's program, which I'm sure you're offering this to teenagers as well. How does it all fit under one umbrella that you're able to cover so much for so many people?
Well, just like, every business has different entities of the business. The same thing takes place with Christian Sports International. We have, different individuals in different areas of those particular sports that do a great job of teaching, and they're under the umbrella of Christian Sports International. And when you put those individuals in charge, and they're the ones that run the events and do the things necessary to bring kids in, and also the men, you can have those opportunities to reach out to a lot of different individuals.
Sid, you were, able and very thankful to be able to play on a professional level. What is something that, you take to heart that you've been able to give back to, especially the youth that are trying to get involved in sports, or just maybe need to hear something to help get them on the right path?
Well, first of all, I let them know that it's about dedication to the sport. There is no way that you can play any Major League Baseball or professional sport without a tremendous dedication to that sport. There are individuals such as Barry Bonds and Darryl Strawberry and, some others that had just another level of God-given ability. But even them, they had to work at their sport in order to keep themselves on the top of their game. And, so that's one of the biggest things. You have to be dedicated. You can't expect your dad or your mom or your coaches to motivate you. You have to be motivated. But then, again, going back, the overarching theme with all this is, what is your identity? What do you play for? What are you all about? And if it's about your sport, then you're going to be lonely sooner or later, because sooner or later that sport is going to die, if your identity is not in the Lord Jesus Christ, and he's the one that made you and gave you the talent, then like I said, I mean, if that's not your identity, if you don't focus on him, then you're going to have a tough time as far as life's concerned, because you're going to get lonely, and you're going to spin out of control at some point in time.
To offer all of these programs, you do need a way to support them. And I know that you have an event coming up here that you would like to speak with the listeners about, and hopefully we can get people to come out for and help support this event.
Yeah, I mean, Seth, I mean, thank you for the opportunity. I mean, as we talked earlier, we're one of the only events that are really taking place, I mean, during this coronavirus ordeal. And we're still having an event as of right now on August 3rd at Treesdale Golf and Country Club. And, it is a golf event. I mean, it is something that, a lot of men and women love to do. And that is a moneymaker area for us, that we're able to use that money in order to go out to these different programs and help the kids in the inner city, as well as kids in the rural areas as well. And I wish, I guess the thing that I could say is, I mean, I hope that you guys are going to csi.com or .org, I guess it is, and Christian Sports International. Just punch in Christian Sports International, and it will bring you to the page that you need to have as far as being able to sign up for that golf day. We'll have a super day. We have celebrities coming, and we'll have a wonderful day. I mean, obviously the banquet's going to be changed a little bit this year. We won't have a banquet, but we'll still have the day of golf to have great fellowship, and I'd love for you guys to come out and join us.
Now, for your celebrity golf outing, each foursome, I'm sure, gets a celebrity to golf with them, Sid?
That is correct, Seth. I mean, every foursome will get a celebrity to golf with. Initially, we had Andy Van Slyke. This was supposed to be going on back on April 27th of this year, but with everything that took place, I mean, they had to shut down, but we rescheduled for August 3rd here, and Andy Van Slyke was going to come, kind of be our host celebrity. But because of the different times, I mean, that is not happening now, but still there'll be a lot of different celebrities from the area that will be here. And, it'll be a great time for every one of them to get to know them, talk about their sports, their areas of expertise, and have a fun day with them.
Now, do any of you celebrities get into a little competition with each other to see, which winning team can come out ahead?
Well, I don't think that has been, in all the tournaments that I've done, that's really not something. There might be bragging rights a little bit.
Yep.
But there's no money coming out of the pocket generally, so that's a good thing, because I generally lose anyway.
There we go. Well, Sid, we will definitely make sure to put in the show notes about the links for everything for people to be able to sign up to golf in this. And I believe you're still looking for some sponsors as well, if I'm looking correctly on your website.
I mean, Seth, I mean, it's coming up here quickly. I mean, we're only, several days away from the event, but, we can still bring golfers in, we can still bring donors in. And I know it's a trying time for individuals, but at the same time, I hope and pray that, you guys will consider being a part of Christian Sports International's event and help the programs to continue.
Well, Sid, before we end the show today, is there anything else that you would like to share with our listeners?
I guess, Seth, I mean, the biggest thing for me is, I mean, I look at the chaos that's going out in this world, and, and I take it back, number one, to the family. And we as men, God has put a huge burden on our shoulders to lead our families. And if we're not doing that, I think that we can see the results of what's going on with the families across this country that have been so broken. Kids are growing up, boys are growing up, girls are growing up without a dad in the home. And even some of our dads are so business minded that they're not mentoring their kids. They're not affirming their kids. They're not telling their kids that they're the greatest, that they can do anything. But there's also responsibility. There's also, results to doing bad. And I think that that's, we're seeing stuff going on, and those are kind of some things that Christian Sports International tries to help men figure out. I love the branch. I love the branch of Christian Sports International. That's speaking to men right now to try to get them to recognize that part of their upbringing, that they need to be mentoring to their kids.
Well, Sid, thank you so much for your words, for promoting the event and giving us some insight on Christian Sports International, as I hope it helps those. And, hopefully you'll have some more coming out to add to that 650,000 that have participated already. And hopefully we can continue to make a difference.
Thank you, Seth, and thank you, Armstrong, for allowing us to, be a part of this, allow you to get it out onto the airways. And we can't thank Armstrong enough for giving us this opportunity.
For Armstrong in the Loop podcast, I'm Seth Prentice, keeping you in the loop. Are you enjoying Armstrong in the Loop podcast? Great news! All past and current episodes are available on popular streaming apps and websites. Search Armstrong in the Loop podcast and subscribe today.